in 2023.
Yes, who are in charge of affairs. I mean, normally I'll be speaking sports to Love FM, isn't it?
Yeah, today, but let's do it in English anyway. Let's
going down the finance line.
No, let's do the English anyway. So first of all, my question on my mind is, what is the meaning of this mark-to-market valuation method anyway? What is it all about?
All right, so I'll try and break it down as much as I can. What it is that normally you would go and buy a government bond, okay? You'll be holding a government paper, a 2-year bond, a 3-year bond. That bond has a price, and that bond will be giving you some interest periodically. It could be every 6 months, it could be every year. Normally every 6 months it will give you a certain return or a certain interest. Then on maturity, the face value or the value you bought the bond at is given to you. So say you bought a 2-year bond for 50,000 and then it's giving you an interest of say 20% every 6 months. Then on maturity, that money you had bought it for is given back to you. What has been happening, especially since July, what has been happening is that the value of those bonds, the price of those bonds have been dropping quite drastically in a way, at least in my 23-year career in finance, I've never seen in Ghana before. I don't think anybody has seen the value of government bonds drop so quickly and so drastically in such a short space of time. So what then it meant was that you will be holding a bond that is, say, valued at 100 cedis on the face of it, or you bought at 100 cedis. But now, the true price of that bond is 80 cedis. So what the directive sought to do was that they said, no, guys, you cannot hold a bond that its true value is 80 and still pay out 100. Where are you getting that 20 cedis from? Because that is not the market value. So it's like you are selling in the market, any market, KJTR market, wherever, Bantama, whatever market you are selling. You are selling tomatoes or you are selling onions or whatever it is. You bought it at 100 cedis, a basket of tomatoes. Suddenly, the prices of tomatoes drop. You cannot sell it at 100. You have to sell it at 80. So if somebody gave you a loan to actually maybe buy the tomatoes and you thought you could sell it at 110, but its true value is now 80, it is what it is. And that is why we were told now to mark the paper, the government bond, to its true market value. So that's how the term mark-to-market has become a cliche now. But what we are being told is to actually sell or value the bonds we hold at its true market value. It could come up and it could go down. I mean, we've experienced that those of us who have been, investing in stocks and all that for a long time will understand that sometimes the value of a certain company on the stock exchange goes up and sometimes it comes down. That is now what is happening to the bond market as well.
So it fluctuates.
We have been very used to holding bonds all the way to maturity rather than trading. That's why it's becoming difficult to understand, but that's what's happening.
So I'm happy that you've told us that it goes up and it comes down, which means that there's a bit of fluctuation in there.
Yes,
and that is
volatility. That's the word.
And that is why the Securities and Exchange Commission recently issued, a directive to all market operators, including collective investment schemes, to use the mark-to-market, method. Why was this change necessary, and why is Data Bank implementing, this mark-to-market now?
And why is what?
And why is Data Bank itself, implementing this mark-to-market now?
Well, the Securities and Exchange Commission is our regulator. It's like Bank of Ghana regulates the banks. For us, the Securities and Exchange Commission regulates us. We have to go by their rules and regulations and directives. We can't be seen not to abide by their regulation. Indeed, we had some discussions with the regulator. We had long conversations with them on how best we could handle this, because we knew the backlash that was potentially going to come through as a result of this. But hey, they are the regulator. They are the one issuing you with a license to operate, and they are telling you this is the way you must go in order to keep your license. And we really had no choice. And you realize that we're probably the last firm to actually implement the directive. And they gave us some window to be able to do further conversations. So we took advantage of the window to do the further conversations. And it's just that, yeah, I mean, we are the biggest. We have the biggest customer base. And so once we went down the regulator's path, the whole country started hearing about it. But it's something that everybody, it's not just a data bank thing. Every market operator is implementing it or has implemented it and is following it. If you go to any of our competitors, it's the same situation. Your face value is not equal to your market value. The market values are all lower, and it's across board. It's just we're big, so everybody is hearing about us at this point in time. But we had no choice, David.
But by your clients, your clients have reported a reduction in their investment account balances. Now, why is this so? And what are the other ways this valuation method will affect investments, at Data Bank, for example?
So like I was saying, yes, they initially we were always reporting to them that the face value of the instruments that we bought on their behalf. So if we bought it at 100, even when the price, the price has, like I said, we've never seen the price drop so drastically so quickly. Sometimes it will drop by maybe a few CDs, 3 CDs, 2 CDs, but then it recovers, and we're able to still handle that small volatility. But this one is so huge, and that's why they are seeing it now when they come and check their balance and says, oh, my balance has dropped. Even some of them are accusing us that we have taken the money. We haven't taken the money. We bought Government of Ghana bonds. We haven't even gone and invested in some strange derivative somewhere or tried to be smart with something. We've been very conservative, very, very conservative. I mean, back in the day in school, we were all told, Government of Ghana paper, risk-free, risk-free, risk-free. But it's turning out that it's apparently not that risk-free after all. And that's how come they are seeing that reduction. It's Government of Ghana paper that we've bought. It's not anything strange. We've abided by the rules and everything. So that's why they are seeing drop.
But unfortunately, forgive me. Unfortunately, that's not all the concerns that your clients have, because some of us have noted that now it takes longer to get their money when they place a withdrawal request.
Explain that.
Okay.
Yes, let me explain that very quickly. So, like I said, we are in a market, all right? We are in a bond market. It's just like any market, where if I bought a bond for you and before maturity you still wanted your money, I'll go to the market, sell that bond, and come and pay you. That's what we were doing. I mean, that's what is done. Just go to the market, sell. Now, you recall that the government announced a debt exchange program leading to this IMF support that is needed. Even before the formal announcement of the debt exchange program, we knew, people knew that this was about to happen. So the secondary market, the market where we'll be able to trade these bonds, sell them, and get money to come and pay you, has literally shut down. The market doesn't exist. Nothing is happening on the market. If you take your bond, nobody is there to even buy it. We need to have that debt exchange program completed. So as you can hear going on, there are a lot of conversations and engagements going on with government where we need until settlement. That means until we've exchanged our bonds for new bonds with new terms to really start trading on the market. You don't even have a market to trade. So at first it was taking up to a week, then up to 2 weeks as developments were going on. Now it's even getting longer. They've extended. We were expecting the exchange program to have finished on 23rd. That was the deadline they originally gave. Now that has been pushed to 30th December with a settlement date of 6th January. There's no market to trade the bond. So you are holding goods. You are trying to enter a market to go and sell. The market is even closed. It's not like it's open and there's nobody even there. It's literally closed. There's nothing happening there, and that's why it's delaying. So I'm holding a Government of Ghana paper. Somebody wants their money. I'm trying to sell that paper, and the market doesn't exist. Or even if it exists, I mean, the value is so low. I mean, I'm holding a 100 CD paper, and the person who is willing to buy says, "Oh, I'll give you 30 CDs, or I'll give you 20 CDs." That is like literally saying it's worthless.
So at this point, if I have an investment, at data bank, and I realize that the value is dropping, what advice would you give to
Honestly,
me?
I will strongly advise to exercise restraint. David, I keep telling people that my entire life investment sits at data bank. I have no other investment anywhere. Yeah, maybe call it foolish, maybe call it putting all your eggs in one basket, but I have passion and believe in what it is we do, and that we are, we always follow the rules and the regulations. We don't cut corners or anything. So we just need to exercise restraint to allow for government to finish the negotiations they are having with the IMF, and then we know exactly where we are. It's a bad time. I know it's a bad time. It's December. It's Christmas. But we just need to all be patient and just expect that government will do what is right.
So in as much as I am being patient, when do you think the market will correct, and is my investment safe with data bank?
As for the safety of the investment, I can assure you 110% that it is very safe. Why am I saying it's very safe? It's very safe because we've invested in a Government of Ghana security. We didn't invest in a Kojo security or a David security where we are not even sure what it is that is going to happen. We invested in a Government of Ghana security. So whatever happens, the Government of Ghana has an obligation to pay us back. So on safety, yes. On timing, it's very difficult for me to say. The government itself has shifted their bond exchange program date twice. And so it makes it then very difficult to give a promise, because I don't know what government will say tomorrow if I give a promise. But as we speak now, the timetable is such that the deadline to submit all bonds is 30th and settlement is 6th January, after which we will know what to do next. But, the labor unions are objecting, civil society is objecting. There are still conversations going on. The situation is extremely fluid, but we are, still having conversations and working with the ministry to see how best we go about this.
But I'm excited that you're giving us assurances that our investments are safe.
If we had used the money to buy some real estate or some vehicle or something, then I'll be shaking in my shoes, but not at all.
All right.
I mean, the reports are there. You can even go on. We just finished our non-general meetings. You can go look at the reports. It's all in government paper and where we've invested. It's very transparent.
Okay, but again, you cannot tell me when this whole thing will correct. But can you tell us or explain the potential impact of the debt exchange program on the investment industry as well as data bank, and what steps data bank itself as an entity is taking to navigate these tough times?
Well, so like I said, we are working with the regulators, the ministry, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Bank of Ghana. The impact, as you can see, originally the original program that came out was suggesting that there will be no interest yields, zero coupon on in 2023, which we don't think is right, because it means that you hold a coupon, a Government of Ghana coupon that you're literally not earning on it. So we are still having conversations around that something has to be done about that. As you can see, they are trying to also push down the rate of return. But if that is standardized across, I mean, then it is what it is. So we are expecting the rates to also come down quite considerably. But on the 2023, these are conversations that we are still having so that at least clients will still be able to earn something in 2023 rather than the current zero that they had announced.
So thank you very much for allaying our fears, and we trust that Data Bank has our back. But how do we contact you? And if you don't mind, any final words from you as well?
Yeah. Let me just give a number. It's 0302 610 610. That is our main line. But when you call it, it can then lead you to other people to speak to. But if I'm going to say any final words, I think, first of all, I would like to thank our clients. A lot of them have had a lot of patience and have understood us. They've listened to us. They've been very calm with us, even though some not so much, which is also understandable. I can't fault them at all. But I really, really thank all of them. They've been very supportive. They've been, with us throughout all this very difficult time that we're having as an economy. But I'll still plead that we all exercise restraint. We have patience, and as we work with the ministry and with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Bank of Ghana to come out of this and navigate this. We are very close to the regulators, and I can assure our clients that we don't take them lightly. We don't take things for granted. We know what they feel. We empathize with what they feel. We are also in it. Our staff are all invested there. Everybody has fees to pay, and etc. So we really empathize. But I'll plead that we all exercise restraint. But most of all, I'd like to thank them for their patience.
Mr. Kojo Adai-Mensah, CEO, Data Bank. Charlie, we're grateful to you.
I'm also very grateful. I don't take this for granted at all. I salute.
Thank you very much.
Regards to Delali, though.
We'll tell Delali. But you're bringing your train you. Bless you, sir. Bless you, sir. Bye-bye.